can you give any upcoming content creators any advice on those that are looking to build an audience streaming, or like what should they do to or think about to be discovered in from your experience?
Yeah. So, number one, you need to pick a topic that you could talk infinitely about, and that is something that it's not work. You're always like the trouble is getting away from it because it's encroaching on your personal life too much. It's an obsession. That is number one. So if you haven't found that yet, keep looking. I guarantee there's something on planet Earth and on the internet that can be that obsession for you.
Mm,
And it's really important not to assume that you know what that obsession is on your first glance. And it's also important not to think it's video games.
mhm,
Just because you like video games doesn't mean you're going to be good at making video game content. And a lot of content creators start in gaming, and a lot of the successful ones stop making gaming content and they go make other content because it turns out gaming was not actually their obsession. It turns out it was something else if they really
mm,
truly look at themselves. So that's number one. Number two, you need to distribute your content on all platforms right out the gate to find which platforms have the most traction for you, free traction for you. You need to go find disproportionate amounts of traction and get that early somewhere. So that means don't just like assume, oh, well, the top creators I'm watching are on Twitch and YouTube. And so those are the only platforms I'm going to be on. No,
mm,
you should actually be on the platforms that nobody is on, so that you can be a small fish in a small pond rather than being a small fish in a big pond. And
mm,
so, short form content is a great opportunity for people to grow in the gaming space. A lot of gaming content creators are sleeping on that, and they're just doing long form stuff. So if you can make short form vertical videos, distribute those on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Snapchat, you'll probably get much faster traction than any
mm,
other method right now. That's number one. Number two, make YouTube videos. And number three, don't think that live streaming is going to grow you. Live streaming does not grow content creators. Live streaming just retains and engages your existing audience. It does not grow your audience.
mm,
And those are my sage pieces of advice there. And then the final piece, which is very, very important, is to make sure you understand your own personal goals. I've talked about this before, but
mm,
understand what your own personal goals are going into content creation. And in the simple version is content creation is only going to do three things for you. Number one, you can make money. Number two, you can get famous and you can grow. And then number three, you can be fulfilled emotionally. But you can't do all three of those things at the same time. And so it's impossible.
yeah.
So you have to figure out which of those three things are the most important to you right now. So
Mm,
for me, right now in my career, um, the getting famous part is not as important. And so that's why I kind of put my media business and my own personal brand on hold to go work on Illuvium. It's more important that I'm creatively fulfilled and that I make money. And so that's why I'm working in the crypto space. And that's
mm,
why I came into the space because I those are important to me. I understood that about myself and I made that move. So what are your top priorities? Out of those three priorities, knock one of them off and then figure out of the remaining two, which is the most important, and go all in on that. If it's
mm,
money, great. Realize that about yourself and then go after the money. And just realize you probably can't go get 100,000 views per video and make a ton of money at the same time. Might not
mm,
happen. And um and it's okay. You can get a small amount of views and have a small audience and make a ton of money.
mm.
And if you understand what it is that you're going for, then you can actually achieve it. If you're just hoping that you're going to be famous, make a bunch of money, and be creatively fulfilled at the same time, you'll quit within the first 6 months.
Thanks for watching. The full episode of Augment is sponsored by ILLUVIUM, and if you want to watch the entire episode, you can click the link down below. And if you want to continue watching these clips, check it out right here.